I've been able to consistently get 4.0 GPA in my classes as a student in the best university in my country and one of the best universities in the world. And I've done this just by optimizing and creating the perfect student routine, which has helped me to become a productive student and get a week worth of work of the average student in one day. And so if you want to learn exactly how you can become a much more productive student, like 10x your productivity, then watch this entire video, since I'm going to be teaching you exactly how you can create an optimal routine to make you a productive student. And so let's just get into it. All right, so basically you want to go into Google Calendar because it's just a lot easier to have a digital calendar so that you can, track it on your phone, on your MacBook, on your laptop, whatever device that you have. You can even connect it to Notion Calendar if you use Notion, which I recommend you do. But either way, I'm doing it on Google Calendar, so that's the one I recommend. And so by the end of this video, you should learn exactly how you can create a schedule that's going to make you the most productive student and human on earth, brother. And so after this, it should look something like this. This is what mine looks like right now. And the thing is, it changes every few weeks, because the thing is, it's annoying as a student. Like, your schedule just changes, like your semester changes, or for example, you'll get a week off of school, and so now it's like I don't have classes anymore for this week. And then you'll have like an exam season where it's like I don't have classes, but I'm spending a lot of my days just studying for exams. And then you have your summer period where it's like, oh, I might be taking an online class, I might not be. And so it just switches up every single time. And so that's why I just make iterations every 2 weeks or 3 weeks, because that's when I usually need to. And so right now, since I'm in exam season, I don't really have classes right here, but I just have like study blocks where I just study for exams. And so it should look something like this, where you're planning every single minute from when you wake up until you sleep. And so as you see here, the first thing that you want to do is set up your waking up time and your sleeping time, right? And so let's say you want to wake up at 6. And exactly how do you determine when do you want to wake up? That, honestly, the thing is, I'd say you should log in the time that you wake up to be 2 to 3 hours, ideally 3 hours before your first commitment. So your first commitment might be pretty much gym or classes for most of you watching, or if you have work, something like part-time job, full-time job. But most likely you're a student, so most probably going to be classes, or you go to the gym before your classes. Let's say your first class is at 9 a.m., right? So what you want to do is you just set up, all right, let's do it for tomorrow. Like, let's say, or whatever, let's say today is the 18th, so we'll start from today. So let's say I want to add, just wake up. And let's say it takes you like an hour, right? You need like an hour to just finish your morning routine. Maybe your morning routine is to shower, and then, for example, I pray. You could be meditating, depending on what religion you follow. But let's say you wake up, you shower, you meditate. Let's say that takes you an hour. Let's just give you a bit more generous time, because it's the first hour of the day. Let's be a bit slower, but we're gonna get a lot faster. And so let's say 6 to 7, and we also want to make this repeat. We want this to be a daily thing. And so yeah, cool. And then if you want a notification, most probably you won't need to, unless you have like a very specific thing that's different that day. And also like to add like a lot of different color codes, because I don't know, it seems nice. So like, I don't know, I'll put this as yellow or something. And so now you see how it repeats every single day. Okay, so that's your wake up time. And let's say, if you wake up at 6, then in order to get 8 hours of sleep, you're going to sleep at 10, right? Very fair. So sleep, right? So you want to make this from, and then let's say you actually want to, if you want to sleep at 10, then you want to actually get in bed like at least 15 minutes before. So let's say just from 9:45 until 10, or if you really want to, 9:30 if you take longer to sleep. But if you generally wind down, turn off the lights, blue light blocking glasses, blue light blocking on your devices, then And if you don't eat like right before you sleep or drink too much water, then you should sleep pretty fast, bro. It's just like black light, cold environment. You should go like in 5 minutes, bro. Trust. And again, you want to turn off notifications and repeat daily. Yeah, so that's done. What's on here? You also want to put your classes. Let's say the stuff that's non-negotiables, the stuff they have to do every single day. And like we said, let's say you have classes at 9 a.m. So let's say you have a biology class. And so let's say that class is from like 9 to 11. Okay, so we have that right here. And then does this repeat? Let's say it just repeats like every weekday. Let's say you have that class every weekday. I'm just giving an example. And so you can do this. You can do this for every class that you have. But again, this should repeat. Yep. Let's say you have biology 11, and then let's say you have a break from like 9 to 11. Then you have from 12 to 3, you have like a chemistry. Right? And so, again, let's say this repeats every weekday. Right. Or we said to 3. Okay, so 3-hour class is kind of crazy. This and the following, or all events. Okay. So let's say these are the only classes that you actually have, right? What's after this? You put your biology. What else do you like to do? Most probably go to the gym. If you're watching this video, probably you should like going to the gym, right? And so you might want to put this in the morning, but that's something that I would advise against if your top priority right now is to get the best grades, right? So let's say you only have 2 classes, lucky guy, but still 5 hours of the day. So let's say now you want to go to the gym from like 3 to 5, giving you extra time, like, getting to the gym and then, leaving the gym and getting back home. You can even be more specific and like, let's say, go to the gym, drive from like university to the gym. That's like, let's say 15 minutes. So you track that from like 3 to 3:15 transit or, drive. And then from 3:15 to like 4:30 gym. And then from 4:30 to 4:45 or 4 or 5 o'clock drive to home. So you can be even more specific. But I tend to do well with just like, I don't have to get much more specific. I like to put gym as red because why not? And let's say you want to go to the gym only on weekdays and then you have rest days on the weekend or something, right? Yeah, so that's fine. Okay, right. So let's say, you go to the gym from 3 to 5. Let's say, what are other things that you would want to log? And these are things that we want to keep consistent. That's the thing. When you have a schedule, that's like, it tells you what to do. You don't go against it. And you don't want to, for example, go to the gym at 3 p.m. one day, like on Fridays, but then on Thursdays go at 1 p.m. Like, that's why you just want to keep everything consistent, because that's what's going to give you consistent results. If you have an inconsistent routine, you're going to have inconsistent results. And so let's say you want to eat and it's usually at 11 a.m. So that's going to be the same exact time you're going to break your fast and your first meal of the day every single day. If you put 11 a.m., then that's what you're going to do every single day. So eat number 1 or meal number 1. I'm just doing whatever. And let's say, blueberry. That's a food. So we'll repeat that daily, and we'll give you an hour as well because we're generous. So that's your meal number 1. And then let's say your meal number 2 is right after the gym for the protein, 5 to 6. So then eat number 2. And I can talk a lot more on like the timings of intermittent fasting and how that helps studying and focus. And so that's exactly why I'm putting it at 11 a.m. For example, I break my fast at like 4 p.m., 5 p.m. nowadays, because my top priority is, being the most focused mentally and not just doing well in the gym. And so if your top priority is to get better grades and to use your brain optimally, then you do not want to eat until like at least towards noon. Like you see how we're doing it 5 hours after we wake up, because you're gonna use this 5 hours to like get as much work done. And so now we put the non-negotiables such as your classes, the gym, and whatever else exercise that you want to do, your meals. And so now what we have to fill up is like the first 2 hours right here, and also we have like pretty much almost 4 hours at the end of the day. Okay, so the first thing that I want you to do is put down your deep work session. And this is what's going to set you apart from everyone else. This is what's going to make the 90% difference. If you just do this one thing on your routine, as in you wake up, do the morning routine, and then we're going to put this as green, because this is what's going to give you all the rewards. And we want to also repeat this every single day, including weekends, because you just need 2 hours a day to genuinely get like all your work done. If you generally are the most productive version of yourself in these 2 hours of the day, you can get 80% of all the hard work done that you have for the whole day. And for most of you, you generally can get pretty much everything done. And that way you're just chilling. Like you have this bio class, you have this chemistry class, and then all you have to do is just like some notes after you come back home from the gym and from your classes. So what you're going to do is, just, you can say like light study or something, or you can put even like study number 2, or like deep work number 2. So you can do this. Deep work if you really have to, right? You can do light work if you've pretty much finished everything in the morning session, which is the game changer. You're barely going to need to do anything here. And so let's say that's just from like 6 to 8. And so that's pretty chill, like instead of staying up overnight and sleeping at 2 a.m. every single day trying to finish work, you could just do this. Work 4 hours a day maximum, and even the last 2 hours are like barely actual real work, if you know what I mean. Like, yeah. So, yeah, this is pretty much everything else. Yeah, and then what I like to do is just end the day off with some reading. I like to read a lot of books, usually self-improvement. I might start reading some fictional, but I don't know. For time being, this helps me also get to sleep a lot faster as well. A lot faster. And obviously you don't have to read for this whole block. Yeah. Okay, well, this goes to 9:30. I guess, not 9:45. And again, repeat daily. This is kind of wind down, so I'll put like yellow or something, or like orange. And then we'll change this to 9:30. I'll give you 30 minutes to get to sleep. We'll put this as like whatever. Just but bro, okay. Now it's close to 10. Okay. But that's pretty much like what I do. And see how right here was it? Oh, okay. We didn't do this for every day. So this is repeats daily. So see how that's pretty much like everything. And then on the weekends, you can kind of do whatever if you have everything done. You can study more. You can have an extra gym session. And that's something that you want to figure out for yourself and look at your priorities. But as in, just in this video, I don't know how long it's been recording, but like we pretty much just set up your perfect or close to perfect routine that's going to make you so productive. If you just wake up, don't look at your phone, like do your morning routine, as in, so we're going to add here morning routine. And you're going to shower, you're going to meditate, do whatever you need to do in the first 1 hour, 1 hour 30 maximum, and then just get to work. Get to work while you're still not distracted. No, you don't check no notifications, no messages. Ideally, you have downtime on your phone so that you're not even able to check your messages. And you set up your screen time. That's another video where I can talk a lot more about that. But then you go to your classes. You have your first meal later in the day so that at least here you feel light in the stomach, but focus in the brain. You have mental clarity. And this is where you can break your fast. Don't eat too many grains and carbs here, because it's going to slow you down for for your chemistry class right here, and then your deep work session here. Try to put carbs mostly at the end of the day. You can have a little bit just like as a quick pre-workout right here for the gym if it really helps you. For me, I don't find too much significant difference, but again, that could be just personal preference or personal side effects, like symptoms or whatever. And then you have a second meal here. Deep work session doesn't really have to be deep work if you finish everything here. It could just be some light work. For example, just taking notes on these classes or reading the textbook for the bio class next day or something. And then this here, you kind of do whatever that you want, but make it something that helps you actually get to sleep, so you can get quality sleep, so that you're in a calm state. For when I'm reading, bro, if I start reading at 8 to 9:30, by 8:45, by 9 p.m, my eyes are already shutting, they're already slowly closing, and I find it hard to stay awake. And so if I do get to bed at 9:30, I'm basically gone in 5 minutes, right? Especially if the room is cold and pitch black, close the curtains and everything. And so when I wake up the next day, I'm in the mood to do work. And so that's exactly how I create a routine that looks something like this. And if you want to learn more on how to get good grades and become a productive student, then just check out my course. It's the first link in the description, and I'll see you there.